Hey everybody, it's been a while. Based in the woods. Don't you love how in YouTube videos they always say, "Hey everybody, how's it going?" Whew, they always say that at the beginning. Hey, oh, is that a snake? Instantly I start thinking I see snakes. I haven't done one of these in a while, and starting to get in my own head about it. I thought I'd hop on here and just talk for a while. I'm calling this the Golden Hour stream. The Golden Hour stream, not the Golden Shower stream. The Golden Hour stream. Although it is 2024 election. Trumpy Bear, Biden, we're back. Big times. I was just listening to a financial video guy talking about, I don't know, what did he say? March 11th, it all ends. The Federal Reserve is going to quit the interbank lending, blah, blah, blah. It's going to crash, blah, blah, blah. I've pretty consistently heard that message, I think since I started compulsively listening to Richard Wolff in like 2012. So we had 2020 crashed. What'd they print? 50 trillion? It's all market's higher than it's ever been. Just made an all-time high, I believe, on Friday. I knew for me because I had to pay my electric bill, and my electric bill was like $740, something like that. So we had a really cold January, a lot of snow days, had to stay home. I think my net pay per month is like $2,000. So energy bills in America are now almost half your income as a school teacher. That's fun. Add on your rent, it is half. It is half your income. So, thank you, Joe Biden. Although I don't know, you know. It's hard to get past the fact that Trump put Mike Pompeo in charge of the CIA. It's hard to forget that. Hard to forget it. I mean, at least 500,000 people didn't die in the Ukraine under Trump. Pompeo, Assange in prison versus 500,000 dead Ukrainians under Biden. Neither one's good. I don't like making a decision there. Need my selfie stick. This is gonna be a long one on my arm, but it is so nice in Missouri right now. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? It's like 77 degrees right now. I came out to get my walk in and get paid in my crypto on my FitFi, part of the Avalanche ecosystem. I've been thinking a lot about these little meme coins blowing up in the Avalanche ecosystem. There's one that's especially humorous based on a Shiba Inu. Remember that? There was Dogecoin, there was Shiba Inu, and now there's Cock Inu. You can sound that out in a little different way. It's got a rooster on it, and it's the Avalanche native meme coin token. People are predicting if it hits the same market cap as Dogecoin, that $11,000 in Cock coin would make you a millionaire. Now, America's in a good place when teachers' electric bills are half of their income, and a more realistic hope of becoming a millionaire is investing in Cock Token. That's fun. Amazing times. COQ. There's a lot of them. I don't know. I still think Avalanche is the one. Citibank is creating a subnet on Avalanche to try to tokenize their assets. And that's a sure sign. When Citibank decides something, probably something there. If I remember correctly, they sent Obama an email, which was released thanks to WikiLeaks, of who his cabinet members should be. And if I remember correctly, it was like 11 out of 12 of their choices were selected by progressive President Barack Obama. So if they've chosen that blockchain, I don't know. I think about this a lot, you know. It's on my first run up with it, I thought about, am I participating in like evil? If this is part of the New World Order, and the can they blacklist addresses? And then I realized, well, if you don't, you're just gonna stay broke, and then you're gonna be taken advantage of by these people either way. So you might as well hop on the rocket ship in the right direction, and things go well. In capitalism, the capitalists have the power. So if you got a little more capital, you might have more freedom. Make videos like this, political commentary, you know, free time is nice, stuff like that. Tell you guys, I apologize for my visual viewers. I don't think my audio people will care, but we're gonna embrace the double chin down here because this hurts my arms. My goal for these walk and talks in the woods was one a month, but what really made me want to pull this out and make a video was thinking through the channel and realizing that I've got so many ideas and so many angles I wanted to take this thing that I've sort of overwhelmed myself into paralysis. Anything I work on inside my brain, I'm mad at myself for not working on something else. So my plan, which I still am holding myself to accomplish this year, even though I fell behind the first couple months of the year, was to do a 1 hour stream every day, live stream, and then record some of those and use that time as a way to complete bigger projects with editing. But I like doing things live. I hate editing. I want to learn it, but it's not fun for me. It's not a fun experience. And my perfectionism kicks in, and it makes it even more not fun. I have trouble being like, this is the way it is, now let's move on to the next thing. I like to keep everything open, you know? Now, if I am just off the cuff talking, that's fine. It requires no planning. If I say something wrong, I can like talk or keep talking, you know, but there's just something that causes me a lot of anxiety about editing a product and then hitting render, finalize, it's final, and then uploading it. I can't be like, oh no, not, well, here's what I meant to, I guess that's where like commentaries come in for like films and stuff. But one of the main things I wanted to do was I filmed an interview with my grandfather around his 90th birthday, and that was in August. And I had to learn how to take the audio from like our high quality microphones, and I learned how to put compressors on it and limit it and get it sounding quality. And then I had to learn about LUFS, like how loud to make it for YouTube. And the original video, if you film on your iPhone, it comes out in high dynamic range. When you open that in a real video editing software like DaVinci, it looks like crap. So I tried to save the high dynamic range, and I could not figure that out. It was like a super complex math problem. There were like color space transforms and what were they called, LUTs, and it just never looked like it did on my phone. So I just clicked on it on Mac and converted it into standard definition. I put that back in, resynced everything. There's some audio at the beginning and some audio at the end that I really wanted to keep of my grandpa just being his awesome self. And but there's no video. Like if it was a project for someone else, I just would have synced it up, clipped the ends off, hit upload, been done. But because it's just for me and my grandpa, I wanted to take some favorite screenshots and then write little notes to my grandpa and put them at the beginning and put them at the end. And then that was a whole nother thing. Like when you drag the photos into DaVinci, they're like a completely different color than the video. And then I had to decide, well, should I put the text on them like in Canva, or do I learn how to use all the text tools in DaVinci? And I'm just like, all these details. It's the ENFP curse, is details. I don't like details. I like spontaneity. I like, let's just do it. Let's have fun. Let's talk. I don't like to, I get stuck in the details. And in class, we were watching a documentary about Mark Twain. And Mark Twain to me is just the quintessential ENFP personality type. And it talks about when he was building his home, his dream home, he hated the details. He hated having to deal with the contractor asking, do we put this here? Do we put the... And I completely understand. I just want to find someone I trust and then be like, you just tell me what you would do, you know? It's kind of, I did not trust what the mainstream media was saying a couple years ago with regard to medical opinions. Ooh, look at that. Isn't that nice? But if I find a doctor I trust and I have some medical issue I'm worried about, I love to just ask, like, what would you do, doc? If it was you, what would you do? I would do this and this. I go, let's do that. If I trust the guy, I love being able to do that. Anyway, Grandpa's video probably should have been done a month ago. Probably should have been done in like August. But editing that is not on my 1 hour live stream schedule that I wanted to do per week. And so I've just been like stuck. Caleb released that new book on the Houthis, and I wanted to turn it into an audiobook, and I thought I was going to do a professional job out the gate. Like, I like how I can, it's called punch and roll recording. The easiest way I've found to do it is just in Audacity. You can't really do it in GarageBand. I don't know how to do it in Ableton. You can like punch in and out like for music, but punch and rolls where you make a then I go back to right before. It plays the 5 seconds before, and then it starts recording right before my mistake, and then I can keep recording. So I thought I would do that. But I like the presets in GarageBand, so I was gonna bump it from Audacity over to GarageBand, export it, take that audio file into DaVinci, screenshot the pages, line it up. And I'm not doing that because I feel like I should have got Grandpa's video done. It's like the inability to pick what to work on when I have more than one good idea is very difficult for me. Another one, Michael Rossi released his translation of Putin's Tucker speech, which I should have recorded a video of that the night that it was uploaded. You know, like it got 200 million views. A lot of people probably would have watched that. That's my most watched live stream, is Putin talking about Palestine. Mainly because I caught it the day of, but I was not caught up in the details. Like, what did I do when I made that video? I grabbed my MV7, which is plug and play. I set it to auto, and I played the YouTube video and recorded it immediately in StreamYard. And then it was already uploaded. I titled it and went on my day. No editing. So, I don't know. I want to just focus on what I like to do, but then it's like, I feel obligated to do, not obligated, but I want to finish these other projects. They're important. I just don't know which one to do, which one to start on. Like, I could tell my detail obsession was getting overwhelming with my grandpa's video when I made some thumbnails at like 720p, and then I realized it was a 1080p video, so I was gonna go back in Canva and try to remake them in 1080p. And I was like, and then I looked at the photos side by side and I literally couldn't tell the difference. I was like, what am I doing? So, it's just why for me it's important to keep moving. Like, I wasn't gonna make this video. I was like, what are you gonna talk about? You just gonna ramble? It's okay. If you don't wanna watch this, don't watch it. Most people have checked out long ago. Usually these videos get like 60 views. It's fine. Doesn't bother me. I realized it makes me feel good that I was out here. I made one. I wanted to just record as the sun sets for an hour and get it out, you know? It's for me. It's to make me feel like I'm making progress. Is that an eagle? It is an eagle. Huh. It's cool. Birds are kind of scary. Sometimes I think they'll like land on my head and like poke out my eyes. You ever think about stuff like that? Hopefully not. Let's knock on some wood here. Anyway. I was proud of myself today. The family wanted McDonald's, and my guess is it's because I hate when people throw cans out like that. Was that PBR can? Yeah, man. Why? I mean, I understand if you're like a, 19-year-old kid and the cops are chasing you back here. I guess I understand that. But I don't think that's what happened. This is one of those videos. I wonder sometimes how Alex Christoforou, how does he does it? I think he just holds his camera in his hand. But I gotta do one of these, holding up my elbow with my other hand, because this gets kind of tough. It's a little much. What else am I thinking about? I need to think of these videos as just brain dumps. Like, if I could do anything I wanted, I would have, if I set up my own schedule, I would walk out here every single day. And then the words of that lady in the very first one of these I ever made, if you guys watch that, she's like, "You should be in the woods for you, not for other people." Well, most of the time I'm out here, I totally agree, it is for me, but if it were up to me, I'd walk out here every day and I'd record one a week. Maybe another one if I was inspired or had something I really wanted to talk about, but these are just kind of brain dump videos. It's kind of nice. It's almost like Carl Jung, what do you call it? Active imagination, I guess. I'm not talking to my inner child, though. That might be more useful. I don't know. Been wearing my glasses a lot more because I ran out of contacts, and my favorite eye doctor in this area that I actually saw probably like half a decade ago. It's a poor people trick. You get disposable contacts and then you wear them way longer than a month. So instead of wearing them for a month, you wear them until your eyes start to hurt, you throw them away, and go to the next pair. If you do that, a year-long box of contacts will last you like 5 years. I'm sure the optometrists frown on it, but you're still seeing out of these old peepers. Anyway, I finally ran out, and I made the appointment. He can't see me until August 6th, I believe. It's a while. So, no, not August 6th, April 6th. That would be crazy if it was August 6th. But I'm wearing the old specs until August 6th. April 6th. Bleh. But I was talking about McDonald's. I didn't eat McDonald's. And I thought it was because I took those new nerve pills that are helping my hand heal. Entirely too expensive, but I'm hoping they'll work. So I don't have to get the old right hand chopped open. Oh man, this is prettier than me. For sure. Oh, it's so nice. It's February, I'm wearing a t-shirt. Wearing a t-shirt. Apologize if you're disgusted by my man boobs. I am as well. But, figured I'd make a video anyway. Try to cover up. I'll put my burqa back on for the next one of these. Trying to keep them out of view for you for the most part. The old girls, keep the girls tucked in, Isn't that beautiful? Man. Missouri, baby. Missouri. Make that the thumbnail, baby. See if we can get it. Oh yeah, right there. One of those will work. Oh, I'm doing an hour. We're doing an hour at the golden hour. I need to make my shorts for the day. I have kept up with that. 2 shorts every day, but the live streams are a couple months behind. How I'm gonna make those up when I finally get into it is instead of doing 1 hour a day, I'm gonna do 2. And then since I'm a school teacher with summers off, if we hit the summer, we gotta do some 4 hour. It's good practice for if I ever do this full time. That's about probably what I would put into it every day. We'll catch up that way. We could do 4 months in a month if we stuck to that. That'd be tough, but there's still hope for completing the activity. Also, I don't know if I should have done this video in 4K. It just takes up 30 gigs, and I'm using the front sensor camera on my phone so I can see myself. Like I said, I get stuck up. As soon as I start thinking about the details, I get stuck. Like my grandpa's video, you can see how overthinking I am about that. I didn't even change it to 4K. This one's in 4K, but the one I was really proud of and wanted to do well on, it's not. Because I just forgot to click it. I changed it to 24 frames, but then I forgot to change it to 4K. And it's like, well, that's something you can't go back. So it's just gonna be 1080p, and embrace the mistake. Embrace it. You're not perfect. You never will be, Tyler. It's this, I'm embarrassed to even say that, but it is part of it, I think. I try hard not to do that with my kids. Like, when I was younger, I was in the gifted program. I honestly don't know if that did me more harm than good. Because I think it was the year after I was in it. Now that it's good to see, this is helpful. I'm thinking through things. In 4th grade, I was completely perfectionistic. I wanted to get a straight 100% in every class. Never make a mistake. The first spelling word I missed was Constitution. And I was a 10-year-old boy, and I cried in class because I couldn't spell Constitution right. Constitution. I might have told that story on here before, I don't remember. But now I look back and I'm like, dude, that's clinical. You know, my teachers were calling home, telling me to try less in school for my mental health. I want to walk by some people, so I'm going to be quiet. I want to just disturb their fishing. How's it going? Doing well. Good. It's a beautiful day, ain't it? Take every February like this. All right. Almost out of there. The fishing. Great fishing weather. I didn't hear the last thing he said. It sounded interesting, but I couldn't quite make it out. Maybe I'll hear it back on the video. See if we can pull this off. Beastie Boys mode. Not really with this hat. Snapback looks weird. Snap on. Whatever. Yeah, see, the more I learn about audio, video editing, the more I overthink it. Like, Apple products are incredibly good for just making something and putting it out there. But when you start to get into editing, that can cause problems. Because, like this video, I'm pretty sure will be high dynamic range. So if I ever wanted to edit it, I would automatically have to convert it to standard definition range. I could probably figure it out, but it is not intuitive. Like, I watched 5-10 hours of tutorials on how to deal with HDR video in DaVinci Resolve. You have to completely change the project settings. You have to change the color space. It's just a nightmare, you know? But then I also think I bought the clip-on Hollyland mic. This will not have that. So should I? And I respect people that develop a process and just do it over and over again, like Christofaru. So he's doing a blog. It looks like on maybe a Sony, what is it, EV1 or EZ1 or whatever it's called. It seems like he walks to the coffee shop, gets a cup of coffee, transfers the video into his editing software, cuts in any like clips of news articles, or he always puts his in funny intro video for the day on there of Boris Johnson or whatever clown world. Puts the exit music in, probably has a template, hits upload. I don't know who makes the thumbnail. I think for those, he just picks a screenshot from the video as his thumbnail and uploads it. But see, in my head, that's gonna take, I think all of his are in 720p. So I could do these in 1080p. I know just as many people would watch them. You know, who wants to see me in a t-shirt in 4K? Start the McConnell OnlyFans for that. But just so much. It's like, for me, once I start going down that road of like, is it good enough? It will just go nowhere. So we can't do that. We just got to keep moving. It's one of my favorite spots, the bench. I might do the full trail today. I'm gonna have to walk a little bit in the dark. I'm gonna check out of here at the hour limit. Oh man, here she is. Best spot ever. I remember being that kid's age and doing the exact same thing at the exact same place. I was thinking about that on the way out here. People that like leave town and only come back for holidays and such. Think they're so high and mighty because you left your hometown. Like, what does that prove? I left my hometown for a few years and worked in a Red Lobster. Amazing. Alright, let me go by some people. I'm a little weird about. How's it going? I get monetized by Busch Light and PBR if I film enough of these. You know what I mean? Got the hat for it, not the glasses. People who wear glasses don't drink beer. Got the wrong thing going on there. I haven't had a drop in years, and you know, I'll be honest. Some days, nice cold IPA calls to me. But then I think about back when I was drinking, I would never have made a YouTube channel. I never would have made any of these videos, and I just really like the track my life is on now. Joining CPI, working with Caleb, developing courage, working on my spiritual life, putting myself out there, trying to develop multiple streams of income, provide for my family. It's all a lot nicer than everything that goes along with the alcohol industry. It's definitely more good than bad. I know people get a lot out of 12-step groups, and I even ran a smart recovery group for a while for myself, but just for me, once it comes to the point where you're not even really thinking about it anymore, like I think about drinking maybe like once a month or once every 2 months, then going to a meeting every week would just, for me, it would just make me think about it more. And I like to just think about it as often as I think about doing Taekwondo, which I got a black belt in when I was like 14, but I don't really think about that much anymore. You know? My mind's preoccupied with other thoughts. And I like it that way. Brain dump. But yeah, I remember even with A New Christ, my Wallace Waddles video, what do I not like about that? I didn't set up the 1176 right. I didn't set up the LA2A right. I didn't do background noise reduction. You can hear a bzzz in the back the whole time. That bothers me. Who cares? It's listenable. It's fine. I've listened to things that were like, there was an old documentary on the Wobblies. There's much better versions of it online. The one I watch online, the audio was so bad it like made my ears hurt, and I still listen to it because I wanted to digest the content. So I feel like as long as, sometimes there are people with really good audio. The guy, The Canvas, props to him. I really like your channel. More the communism than the anarchism for me, but I like your video on wage slavery. It's very good. Might actually show that in slavery units. I think Americans need to think about wage slavery a lot more. They don't think about it at all. A job opportunity, if you need the money, is wage slavery. Anyway, his audio was so nice that I was like, man, that audio is nice. But, you know, who am I thinking of? Alex Mercuris, the other guy on the Duran, his audio is not so nice. His video is not so nice, but I love what he has to say. You know, so there's like two brains warring at the same time. And I think on the internet, on YouTube at least, it just comes down to like fear of putting yourself out there. Fear some, you know, butthole in the comments is gonna just write cringe and move on with their day. But the thing is, online anymore, you don't even know if that person's real. You really don't. And I know for me, if I read a comment, it was an accident. You know, there was one guy once, he got on my Buy Me a Coffee and he gave me $5 and he wrote me a comment about MMT. And props to you, brother. I will always read that. I think the money filter is a great filter for just hateful nonsense, you know. I don't know. I mean, I'm guilty too. I've said mean things to people online. I'm not perfect, but I don't know. Life's so short. I was telling my wife, working at the pharmacy, I love when the hospice nurses come in. There's two male hospice guys, and they just have this peace about them. And I think it's because they're around death all day, you know. They just kind of glow like angels. It's amazing. I told them, I go, I love the aura of you guys when you come in. And then I got to thinking about it. And I was like, could I be good at this job? And I definitely think I could, because I feel like being an English teacher, a good one, a good professor's teacher of the humanities, is swimming all the time in the reality as humans, we're gonna die. And making peace with that and finding meaning in it. Having a dark sense of humor helps a lot. I think I could be a lot of good jokes to make as a hospice nurse. Especially for me, there would be nothing more amazing than to be working with somebody that's gonna die. And they know they're gonna die. They're in hospice. And they keep up their great sense of humor. You know, that to me is humanity up here. You know, Che Guevara, shoot coward, you only kill a man. Or what the French guy on his way to the electric chair. How's this for a headline? French fries, haha. I can't remember John Brown's last words. But, what were Christ's last words? I'm sure the Orthodox bros in the chat will get mad at me for this one, but I think it was, was it Father forgive them, they know not what they do? Was that his last words, or was it God, why have you forsaken me? The first one's way more legit Christ-like last words than the other one, although I'm sure a lot of true believers are going to be mad with that one. I personally, I mean, Jesus, you do you. I gotta look it up. I must feel like an idiot. See, this is the part I could edit out, and I could look it up and figure it out and think up some really smart answer to say. But I'm not gonna do that. I'm free flowing, man. It's okay. It is something I do want to look up. What were Christ's last words? I will say another thing with anybody wanting to use their iPhone for video. And if you like to edit with DaVinci, there's a DaVinci iPhone app that gives you access to the ISO and the shutter speed. Is there shutter speed on iPhone? You get what I mean. Yeah. ISO, aperture, all that. And it'll just automatically record in the one that works good in DaVinci. You can change it up still, but it's like Rec 709, color space, default. It's just ready to go. So you can do that. And I was grateful to find that. I also like how it always films horizontal, so you can hold your phone in vertical mode and it'll still film horizontal, which I thought that'd be cool maybe for out here. You know, I know we love seeing my beautiful face on these videos, but nature is kind of more what it's about for me. And could be cool with a clip mic and just put it in my pocket and just film straight like that. That's not the right direction. That's not either. There we go. It's vertical like that. I don't even have to hold it. I think there's a pretty amazing video stabilization on these thingies. So I don't know if DaVinci would turn that off. It's the thing with technology. You start using it, you discover problem after problem after problem. Once I hit an hour out here, I was gonna listen to my boy Peter Coffin's new doc on Plato. I get why he doesn't like Plato. I know Plato's an elitist, but I'm interested to hear it because I'm gonna read Plato and just quotes by Plato I like. So there's things I like about Plato. Hope Peter will still be my friend after I say that. I think he will. He's a pretty opinionated guy. I loved hanging out with Peter. We hung out at a CPI thing in DC, and he's actually the guy that filmed me shouting in front of the Communist Denier Museum, or I don't know what, Victims of Communism Museum or something. Anyway, I was just floored by, like, you know, to me, Peter's a big deal. He's a big YouTube guy. And we just laid back in the cut and made jokes like I would with a friend in high school. He was super humble guy, you know. If you have @Peter and that's your handle on YouTube, to me, you've been around so long. If he was a little bit prickish, I would have been like, oh, it's Peter Coffin, you know, but he wasn't. He was a sweet, humble guy, willing to share all of his knowledge with me, and I think the world of him for that. Appreciate that, Peter. I'll tag you so you can see this, or else it'll just be lost to history. Man, that looks nice, doesn't it? Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. I know Peter's going hard on the Vosh drama. I don't know, man. I think I'm glad Peter's doing it. I mean, it's good to call out the fakes, especially when it gets like that. But for me, I try to keep my karma pure, even though I know if I keep doing this, eventually you'll Google my name and God knows what #cringe will come up. Happens to everybody that tells the truth. Russell Brand even, it's getting it. But I don't know if it's wrong to say, but I like to try to keep God in my debt. I think it's a good way to live. Keeps you from mouthing off too much, getting too hateful. For some, just being kind. Even if people know you're a kind person who tries to live a life of integrity, and they see someone else being hateful to you, I've noticed in my own life that'll make other people like you more, even if you don't say anything back to that person. If you just kind of smile, or even you could say, hey man, that hurts my feelings, but it is what it is. If you want to live like that, that's on you. Sometimes that'll go further than, there's that eagle again, flipping the double bird. It might be a vulture. I don't know. I'm not an animal expert. Looks like a bald eagle to me. White head, black body. Looks like the guy on the dollar bill. There's no eagle on the dollar bill. I know that. It's getting a little dark. I will say, here's one other. This is technical complaint hour. Every time I fill up my iPhone with pictures of my kids or videos like this one, I always end up shifting them off to a hard drive, like a mass dump. And now I have mass dumps of all my iPhone photos in I think they're in 5 or 6 different iPhoto files. I think what I need to do, and I saw a guy do this online, is just create a RAID hardware configuration and set up my own 100 terabyte server at home or something, and then just dump everything I have into one place, because I don't like being constrained by size. I like to just go ahead, do it in 4K, do the audio in WAV. You know, if I need to make a copy of that huge file, it's fine. Just keep the original. But when you're going out to buy a 4 terabyte hard drive once a year, and then you kind of forget where you put it, it's not fun, Apple. I wish you had a way to sync them all together. I know there's ways to fuse 2 iPhoto libraries together, but it scares me. What if it gets corrupted in the middle and you lose 3 years of photos of your children's lives? It's sad if it's years 0 to 3. So, but then once I dump them all, I kind of like how my phone will remind me of pictures of my kids. You know what I mean? It'll be hey, here's Molly when she was 9 months old. I really like that. It's nice to remember. Although, I don't know, Chas makes fun of me because I take more photos of the girls when they're asleep. It looks like little angels when they're asleep than I do when they're awake. Whatever. I don't know. Let's go a long way. Let's do it all the way. Still gonna quit recording in about 10 minutes. But I will not tell you to like and subscribe. I will tell you to dislike and unsubscribe. I hope you don't unsubscribe. I really hate everybody telling me to do that all the time. Like, duh, I know how this thing works. Leave me alone. I am glad I made this video. So it's brain dump. Kick some of the rust off. Maybe I'll remember that, like when I start feeling stuck. I need to go make a walk and talk based in the woods brain dump video and move on with my life. Ooh, squirrel. Oh, where are you at, squirrel? I want to show the people. There he is. There he is. I don't know if you can see him. There he goes, up the tree. It's for the advertisers. Can't quite see the brand. I remember walking out here in the summer and I was listening to Paul Barron's Crypto Network show talking about how Beam was going to have a subnet on Avalanche. Anytime I hear a good idea like this is my new idea. If I have it, I'm dumping $1,000 in that project, whatever it is. If I had dumped Beam, $1,000 in Beam at 0.004 cents, I believe Beam is now like 30 cents. My $1,000 would be, I think, 60x. So I'd have 60 grand. How is this the world I live in? I don't know. I've tried to help as many of my friends realize, like, in crypto bull time, when you're making like 3 years salary by doing nothing other than buying cock coin, literally, COQ with a little chicken on it, for me, it filled me with a feeling of guilt. Like the guy's working at the charcoal plant. He's got to work at the charcoal plant at $15 an hour for how many years? At least 2. You know, to make what I made off some like bonus check or something thrown into an idiot investment. But it is what it is. What am I going to do? I know it's there. Am I not going to do it? I learned this the last time it happened to me, and I felt guilt about it, and I think subconsciously I gave a lot of it back because of the guilt. And I've dealt with that, and I feel in my heart of hearts now, being a part of CPI, feeling like I need to be in a financial spot where I can have the time to make a lot of these projects come through. And other people might be able to work 16 hours a day and do that. And I am trying, teaching, Walmart, YouTube, trading. Trading takes like 30 minutes a day, but maybe 5 minutes a day. But it's hard. It's nice to just have enough time to come out here and walk in the woods once a day. You know, like, I think it was, what was the name of that movie? That book, I mean, I think it was like routines, daily routines, daily habits, daily routines. It told the daily habits of all these like famous people like Einstein and Hemingway and Twain and Young, and Marx, and they almost all of them went for a walk. I think Marx walked to the London Library every day. Kant took the exact same walk every day. If it were up to me, socialism with American characteristics, every American gets a little homestead socialism. And I would have a little like 5-10 mile trail back through my own little strip of woods to walk every day, mountain bike every day. And I think Everybody should have access to that, and that's the world I want to work towards. But even public land like this, beautiful. Public land like this is beautiful. Old Doc Ziski, thank you for giving this to the Missouri Department of Conservation, Natural Resources, whatever it is. You've done a beautiful thing, good sir. Shawnee for the Indians that lived here. I think they were some of the ones that fought back. I like that. And Mac was his old bird dog. Shawnee Mac Lakes, my favorite place in the world. Got about 5 minutes left to get this hour in. My brain starts to go. Details, man. Do an hour and 7 minutes. You like the number 7. That would be perfect to me. We're gonna stop it in an hour because we're gonna upload a video that's not perfect. Not exactly what I want it to be, but we're still gonna upload it. Because once I start getting imperfection mode, if you guys see me, like, if you're like, where's Tyler? Why hasn't he made a video in forever? Why is he just making these shorts? Where's the real stuff, man? Why aren't you reading the books? It's because I've entered perfection mode and I'm stuck. It's the ADD perfection mode. Not that I'm lazy, I'm just thinking about it too much. And I'm afraid to take action because I feel like the action I take won't be good enough. It's a worthiness issue. I'm working through it. Sharing it with you so you don't feel so alone. It's not just you. If you struggle with that too. Caleb's the opposite. He needs a project. He needs to get it done. He's boom, 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 boom. I don't know. I still have my own gifts, my own way. My own struggles, you know? It's okay. With the books, I wanted to keep the microphones even because I'm on one audio input device in the basement with that's my Volt 276 with the 76 compressor on and the UA preamp. I just want it all to sound like that, and I think I just need to make one on the MV7 just right in the middle of it so it doesn't match the rest of the book. You probably won't even be able to hear it after processing, maybe barely, and just realize that, okay, now you're free. You didn't do it perfect. Now you can just grab the mic. That's why you bought it. It's a travel mic. Grab it wherever you are and just record your hour and put it in. That's the idea. That's what I want. So at this point I have an SM7B set up through a UA Apollo. That's like that tie-in. I've got the UA Volt, which that's the one I've been doing for most of my live streams in the basement. And then I've got the MV7, which for me, if I probably just use the MV7 on everything, I would make way more content because I would quit worrying about whether I have the perfect settings, knob twiddling. So I'm working through that. I'll let you know about it. The sun is setting, not on my life. Please God. On this video though. And on this evening. I'm gonna go home and make meal prep for the week. Chicken breast, vegetables, a whole lot of butter. Trying to hit my 1 gram protein, get some Quest shakes maybe, try that. It's the one way I haven't tried to lose weight yet. Just try to hit my gram and body weight protein before I eat anything else for the day. And see if that thermogenic effect actually works. I don't know. I'm done with never eating a donut again. That's not gonna happen for me. I like donuts, I like pizza, I like pasta. Keto for life. It's not for McConnell. Thought about it. It's not gonna work. All right. Look at that. I like that. Take some photos of that. Whew. Here we go. We got 15 seconds. And no matter if I'm in the middle of a sentence or not, I love you all, and we're hitting the red button. We're going to embrace non-perfection. And we are just going to ship.